And now, time for weekly show with a passionate India lover, chairman of ITV Gold and Parikh Worldwide Media. Get ready for loving sharing from physician, philanthropist, publisher, and India advocate in this week. Namaskar. Welcome to This Week with Shri Dr. Sudhir Parikh. And Dr. Sahab, I take this opportunity of welcoming you once again. Namaste.
Namaskar.
So how are you?
Good.
And as we look at the situation around us, new guidelines about entering into indoor spaces, if you're going to gym or restaurant, they may ask you to show the proof that you were vaccinated. How do you feel it is likely to play out?
I think it's a great idea. Whatever prevents us to getting into third surge or second surge, whatever we call it, number about Delta, to prevent that, I think I don't mind to show my proof that I got vaccinated. And not a question of your privacy, it's question of the health and well-being of yourself as well as the public at large.
So, looking at it from the point of view of those who are in the situation of enforcing it, earlier we saw people were responding violently to the suggestion in some stores to wear mask. Do you think people will understand the gravity and the need to follow these protocols now?
Well, I hope everyone should understand, because everyone is educated, well aware of the facts, well aware of the subject. And if they don't, then it's a very unfortunate thing, and nothing much we can do about it. But I think we continue to educate them and make sure that they understand and they follow the regulations.
And staying with the reference of this COVID-19 and moving towards India, a famous cricketer, Virat Kohli, has said that due to COVID-19, there are additional stress. And if players don't take mandatory breaks, it might reflect on adverse mental health. So taking that as a cue, Dr. Saab, what preventive measures should be taken from the point of view of mental health?
Well, I mean, as long as people understand the subject very well, patients should be informed the facts of the COVID and pandemic. And I think most of the people who are educated and who are kind of very balanced-minded, there should not be any stress, really speaking. But there are people who are a little weak-minded. There are people who are always get overwhelmed. They can be affected, and of course, they should get the counseling, professional counseling, in case they are affected.
So now we move towards a very important issue, which is drawing attention from everybody, and that is the two attorneys who are investigating the case of Governor Cuomo have come up with their findings. And as you are aware, he's found guilty of having inappropriately touched some of his female employees. And they also say the environment in the office was of fear and intimidation. What is your first response to this finding as declared by Attorney General?
Well, I mean, if investigation showed that Governor Cuomo has done something illegal or inappropriate, then Governor Cuomo should be prosecuted and should face the judicial system and let jury of the peers decide whether he is guilty or not guilty.
So now, on the face of it, as we hear, he is said to have sexually harassed multiple current and former state government employees. And as I already mentioned, there was hostile work environment is also another charge. As as a way of having some proactive measures to prevent a repeat of this thing in any important office. The ultimate responsibility lies on the individual concerned also, along with whatever counter check and balances we can have. So your general thought on, do you think moral education would help, or what can be done?
Well, moral education and how to behave in the work environment with the opposite gender is always there in all the professional licensing board. We have to go through that kind of education, continuous education about how to behave with the opposite gender, how to behave with the minorities, how to behave with the uh, uh, people from the people of the foreign origin and so forth. So it's not that there is people are not getting educated. Only thing is it's a people those who kind of twist or bend their morality, they are the one who are doing it. But majority of the people, they behave properly, and they do follow the instruction or their education. So this is not new thing, and education is always there. We all take this education, whoever in the professional situation, like doctors, lawyers, then public servants, MLAs, senators, they all have to know, and people, those who are working with the large corporations. So education is there. Only thing is the individual who band little morality, and that's why they do what they do.
Now, since this is such an important issue, so I would seek your input also, rather your thoughts. Sometimes people say that power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely, and then people who are in a position of power, holding such important position, what is potentially the psychological bent of mind? Perhaps they think that they can get away with everything, and maybe it would not be justified at all. But is it the additional pressure of the moment, or the stressful situation, and then I don't know, the combination of many things? Just think loudly based on what you have observed in such cases.
Well, I mean, power corrupts. We understand that, but it's a very general statement, because 99% of the powerful people don't do this thing. So only 1% does it. That means that there is nothing wrong with the power itself. It's wrong with the person who perceives the power what way. And that's why, so you cannot say that people who are in the power do all this thing. That's not true. And the people in the power does not, I mean, they might be overwhelmed with the work or stress, but that doesn't give them permission to behave immorally.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's no question about it. And looking at the COVID-19 situation, India is also grappling with the post-COVID, or still it lingers, potentially the threat that it is going to come back. And one news that caught my attention was that UP government is giving 2,500 rupees per month to children who lost their parents due to COVID. And you have been very active in mobilizing resources to help people in India. At this stage, what kind of help do you think is needed, and is Indian American community and several organizations are still working in this direction?
Well, I think definitely a lot of help needed to educate the people about COVID, how to follow the guidelines of the COVID CDC guideline in India. Also, anything we can do to educate the people to follow the COVID guideline, get the vaccinated, and stay safe.
Absolutely. And there's another cause of worry as we record this on Tuesday. there has been an instance which led to closure, a lockdown of Pentagon. There have been multiple shots in the metro. This again raises a lot of questions which are unanswered. But overall, the law and order situation, do you think there has been some difference with the new administration under President Biden, or what would be your advice to common man, as well as if you were in the advisory board for president, to uh, have maintenance of law and order?
Well, I'm sure that current President Biden, his administration is maintaining law and order up to its fullest ability. And so I mean, we are in a democracy, and in a democracy, there are always there are some restriction, and there are not some, there are some freedom is allowed, and therefore, this kind of incidents bound to happen. But of course, administration knows about it, it's vigilant about it, and I'm sure they are capable of handling it. So one incident here and there does not make anybody whether they are successful or not successful. So I don't think we should much worry about it.
Absolutely. And now, congratulating the Indian hockey team as well as sports people who are representing India. And this time, a lot of excitement. For the first time, Indian hockey men as well as women team reached to that level which they didn't earlier. Overall, your response to particularly the joy which women sports personnel, including weightlifter Mirabai Chanu, etc., has brought for India.
So that's yeah. I mean, I'm personally very excited and very proud of those Indian athletes who are performing well, getting bronze medal or silver medal or even gold medal, and we salute them, and we think they're making all Indian looks very proud. So, and also this proves that the gender has no, there is no barrier in your ability to do something very successful. So whether you are male or female, it doesn't matter. Really, you can, if you want to, you can always achieve something which is not achievable.
Absolutely. A lot of inspiring stories are coming up, Dr. Saab, and PV Sandhu, bronze medal, second time in Olympic, which is very, very rare. It doesn't normally happen. And the member of hockey team came from very humble background where she didn't have enough money to have the required amount of milk. So these stories are quite inspiring. And looking at it, and I'm just loudly sharing, or rather throwing an idea. Indian American community and you yourself have been very active. Do you think there should be some collective effort on the part of NRI communities to have specific focus on supporting such sports talents?
Yes, yes. Obviously, we all NRIs. Doesn't matter whether it's American NRIs or any part of the world NRIs. They all should support this kind of athletes. Those who came up with the very hardship, to a lot of struggles, and so it should be supported. And that's only way we can make our talent shine in the world. And I wholeheartedly support this kind of help to the athletes who needs help,
And
including
as
yeah, including the government should support it to them too, because this is the government's responsibility to make all the athletes achieve their potential 100%.
And as once again, month of August and 75th Independence Day of India, your feelings, and you have always been very enthusiastic about all these festivals related or rooted in celebrating India's democracy. Do you recollect any specific thing that connects you with 15th August right from your days in India?
Yes, yes, because 15th August is always the day where we celebrate our freedom from the British Empire. And we had a kind of colonial status for 200, up to 200, about 200 years from the British Empire. So when we got the independence, we always felt so kind of free, so democratic, and so excited, and we thought and we think even that because of the freedom we can write our own future rather than somebody else writes our future, and that's a big achievement as a on the freedom's Independence Day.
Absolutely, these are real inspiring words coming from someone who has realized how it is to walk on the steps of success with love for India in his heart. And your parting remarks from today's show, Dr. Saab, for our viewers.
Yes, dear friends, I would like to wish each and everyone a happy Independence Day. Be proud of India, proud of Indian democracy, and try to do whatever you can do for motherland India, and that is the best thing you can do in your life to help the country from where you came from. And this is my sincere uh, pledge or my sincere suggestion to everyone. So let's enjoy the Independence Day. Again, the COVID is still around. Get vaccinated and be safe. So God bless America. God bless India. God bless Indian American community. And be good. And see you next week. Thank you.